The first skill Chris Heria taught me was the pseudo planche push-up. So I remember seeing Chris Heria perform this for the first time, and that was in this video, The Secret to Superhuman Strength. So I still remember watching this video for the first time. That was about 5 years ago, and I was back down in London. I was in my little room with my headphones on, just on my phone, watching this video, and it starts off with Chris and Osvaldo doing planche push-ups, and I hadn't really seen this before, and I was like, what is that skill and how are they doing it? I kept watching, and later on in the video, Chris Heria is doing pseudo planche push-ups but against a wall, and he's obviously leaning enough and his hands are by his waist and he's strong enough where as he was doing the planche push-ups, he was elevating and basically floating doing planche push-ups. And I was like, it doesn't look too hard, let me try it. So, you know, I had some Calisthenics music flaring, I tried it against the wall and I could not do it. I could do the pseudos, but I couldn't budge my feet. And I was like, okay, that's a skill I have to learn. I have to learn the planche push-ups. I have to work on my pseudo planche push-ups, and it all kicked off from there. So now fast forward like 4 years or so, and I can do planche push-ups in competition. That was all kind of down to Chris Heria kicking that off, starting my planche journey, and I have him to thank for it. So guys, if you're on your calisthenics journey as well, and you want to learn a crazy, insane skill and gain superhuman strength, especially in the upper body, builds your shoulders like crazy. Like you can see mine, all I do is calisthenics now, and I still have a decent physique. So include pseudo planche push-ups in your routine for that crazy shoulder strength. The second skill Chris Heria taught me, and I'm sure some of you are learning this skill as well, was the muscle up. So in these muscle up tutorial videos, they talked about the magic button. I'm gonna be honest, this didn't really help me, talking about this magic button you had to step on to swing back into the muscle up. But what it did do was it helped me come up with my own technique that was similar to this magic button method they were teaching. And it provided me a path, so I was getting close enough that I was able to develop my own technique to learn the muscle up. Basically, that was it. I was able to learn the muscle up by watching these videos. I got the technique somewhat similar and I was able to get it. So the idea is that you're doing it kipping, and over time you reduce the amount of kipping, and that's how I learned it. The method they were using to explain it didn't really mesh with me. I just had to do it and learn it myself. Overall, Chris Heria did help me learn it, and it's not a skill I really do now. You guys know that watch me regularly. I'm mainly a static guy, so it's mainly the planche, front lever, static skills, multis, stuff like that I do, iron cross. That's what I do now, so I don't really do the muscle up now, but it opened the door to a load of other skills. Even now, you know, to get on top of the bar, it's one of those fundamental skills you kind of need to learn, and that pulling strength you get, it applies to the front lever as well. So guys, if you're on your calisthenics journey, you want to work on that muscle up, I know it's tough, but some of these videos, some of these older ones as well, are gold and can help you learn the muscle up. The third skill Chris Heria taught me was front lever raises. This was a video I watched about 4 to 5 years ago where they go through step by step how to learn the front lever, and within it they go through the steps to learn the front lever, and they go through front lever raises. But once I learned the full front lever, I still couldn't do it on a high bar, so I had to keep working on my front lever raises all the way up to half lay front lever raises to full front lever raises. And by then, only then, was I able to do front lever on a high bar, because you have to raise into it. It's a little bit harder that way. So this skill didn't automatically get me the front lever, but it seriously helped increase my strength. And you know, without watching this video, maybe I never would have learned the front lever raises, and maybe I wouldn't have got my front lever in the end anyway. Guys, if you want to build your back, learn the front lever, increase your pulling strength, then start including front lever raises into your routine. And the fourth skill Chris Heria taught me was the straddle planche. So back then in 2018, we didn't really use resistance bands to learn static skills, and that's kind of when I started my calisthenics / static skills journey. I was still doing weights, but I started learning static skills, and it was super hard to even get resistance bands, so I wasn't really using them like that. It was only after the pandemic when getting home equipment delivered to you was getting really popular, because people were getting into calisthenics and stuff like that. Before then, it was hard for me to get rings or even parallettes ordered. I know, it was crazy. We're spoiled now. So when I was learning the planche, I actually learned it on these dip bars right here. And yeah, so I didn't use resistance bands, I just learned it on dip bars. And I was watching this video. It was a step-by-step guide by Chris Heria and the Calisthenics team. So in this video, they go through how to learn the full planche, and in it, you see Osvaldo demonstrating and Chris Heria teaching how to do the L-sit to straddle planche. They were using this exercise as one to gain time under tension in the position, and slowly over time you would use less and less momentum, gain more control, and learn the straddle planche. Chris Heria even says in this video, this is how he learned the straddle planche. It was one I started using as well, and I really liked it. It wasn't the best for form or for strength, but it was great for time under tension. So later on in your workout, when you're a bit tired, you're just able to use a little bit of momentum to help you learn the planche. I even had a calisthenics coach tell me once that this wasn't a good exercise, and he was just wrong. You know who you are. But anyway, even gymnastics coaches and gymnastics athletes do this exercise because it's such a good one for just learning and gaining time under tension in the position. So it's one I used as well to learn the straddle planche. And if you're learning the straddle planche, you don't have much equipment, this is a great one I would throw in near the end of your workout. Again, not for strength or form, but just for time under tension in the position. So from there, I was able to learn the full planche, and the rest was history. I started making this channel, and that's where we are now. So thanks to Chris Heria and all the other people that were making content back then, because there was a need for it, and you have helped a lot of people and grown calisthenics an insane amount. So thanks to those guys, because without those people, you guys wouldn't have a channel right now. You wouldn't be watching me standing here. I wouldn't be doing all this. So it's crazy how things work out. If you do like these videos where I go back in time, kind of tell you guys what skills I learned and from who, because there's other YouTubers I was watching back then, and I can make another similar video. So if you like that idea, then like this video, leave a comment so I know you guys want this kind of content. But if you haven't already, you're going to want to watch this video, because I go through the fundamentals to learning static skills that people don't talk about. Things like hold time, how long to hold, when to change bands, what to do if you're stuck. I talk about all that in this video. So if you're learning static skills or just interested in calisthenics, you're going to want to watch that video.